Dad?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the longest, most notable hiatuses of TV show characters. This list includes series reboots, but excludes spin-offs. Given that we'll dig into some show details, this is your spoiler alert.
This would have sold like hotcakes if only you hadn't killed off the most interesting character. He was a gentle giant.
Number 10, Rory and Lorelai Gilmore. Gilmore Girls and Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life. At the beginning of Gilmore Girls, Lorelai Gilmore is 32 and her daughter Rory is in high school. By the end of season 7, which concluded in 2007, both Rory and her mother face significant changes in their lives, including Rory moving away.
Mom, you need Ziploc bags. You should have them all the time. They're so handy. Mom. And I'm gonna give you that orange sweater. I know you've wanted it, and you know what? I'm finally gonna give it to you.
Mom. You've given me everything I need.
Nearly 9 years later, Lauren Graham and Alexis Bledel returned as mother and daughter in the 2016 revival Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life. Plenty of other characters like Rory's ex Jess returned as well. But of course we're going with the title characters here.
You get more space in Queens, and I want a bedroom and a dedicated writing space, especially since...
Oh yeah, is this the top secret Manhattan project you've been working on?
Could be.
Ooh, happy news. Tell.
The revival, considered an unofficial 8th season, picks up with Rory back in her hometown, as both she and Lorelai navigate new relationships and career challenges.
Sorry, kid, write about something else.
No.
Write about your relationships, you and Jess, you and Dean.
They'll be in it too.
Don't forget to include Logan, the guy you just can't quit.
Not fair.
It's my life, Rory.
Number 9, Carly Shay, iCarly. Many teens' favourite web show host during the late 2000s and early 2010s was Miranda Cosgrove's Carly Shay. In the series finale of the Nickelodeon teen sitcom I Goodbye, which aired in 2012, emotions ran high as the characters said their goodbyes, and Carly reflected on her journey thus far.
So I'm gonna get my bags and head downstairs.
Why don't I help you with those bags?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
In 2021 though, Carly came back to Seattle as an adult and relaunched her show, as well as reuniting with friends and family.
And it seems like we never left.
The iCarly revival provided fans with 3 more seasons inside the life of Carly Shay, offering a more adult tone and mature content compared to the original 6 seasons.
I would have done it at my place, but rich people have such nice lighting. What are you doing here?
I'm the rich person with the nice lighting that owns this apartment.
Number 8, Will and Grace cast. Will and Grace. A decade-plus gap between seasons is nothing to sneeze at. That's what happened for the sitcom Will and Grace. The groundbreaking show originally wrapped up in 2006.
I propose a toast to family. Family that loves you and accepts you for exactly who you are. Boring.
Then in 2017, it was revived for the first of what would go on to be 3 more seasons, with the whole gang returning. Eric McCormick and Deborah Messing were back to resume their roles as the title characters, now living together again in their late 40s.
What happened to the children you had who grew up and got married to each other?
That never happened.
Oh, what a relief. Nobody wants to see you two raise kids.
And of course, the ever-messy duo of Karen and Jack were back in the picture as well after the lengthy hiatus. Even after a lengthy break, this foursome was as hilarious as ever.
We should just be what we've always been.
A sad, middle-aged lady. And Grace.
Number 7, Veronica Mars. Veronica Mars. Kristen Bell made her big break as the title character of Veronica Mars.
I've got too many questions swirling around in my head to wait until he's willing to share. These questions need answers. That's what I do.
The well-received series concluded after 3 seasons, only to be revived for one last hurrah 12 years later. Veronica started off as a high school student and amateur sleuth. By what was originally the end of the series, she was just beginning her college education and working as a private investigator on the side. In the show's 2019 revival, Belle returned as Veronica, who was still a PI, but now tackling even more complex cases.
I like to think I would have walked away if we didn't need the money. Knowing what I know now, I wish I had.
Number 6, Murphy Brown. Murphy Brown. For a TV series to come to a halt and then return 20 years later is pretty rare. However, CBS decided it was worth it for the sitcom Murphy Brown. After the last episode aired before the turn of the century, Candice Bergen came back to portray the title character in 2018.
Reporting live from the New York Hilton, this is Avery Brown.
No!
The show effectively incorporates the 2-decade gap in Murphy Brown's life, while also addressing how the media and journalism industries have changed. After retiring from her chosen fields, Murphy is drawn back in when she's offered a television host position she can't resist.
I'm not on any of that stuff. That's where people go to nurse their outrage and express their opinions, and as we all know, I don't care what other people think.
Unfortunately, the revival was not as well received, with critics describing it as topical, but without anything new to say.
Be careful, old Murphy. You hit me, I hit back 10 times harder.
Oh, you bring it on. Hashtag ban Quail. As a mother thing.
Number 5, Michael Scofield and Sarah Tancredi. Prison Break. As far as a TV character coming back from the dead, it doesn't get much weirder than Michael Scofield in Prison Break.
I'm happy right now. So what?
Michael was presumed dead near the end of season 4 in 2009, which fans assumed was the end of the series. But in 2017, Prison Break was brought back for one last season, and Michael was surprisingly alive.
We're gonna get you out of here. My name isn't Michael, and I don't know who you are.
Another crucial character who at one point returned from the dead for years was Sarah Tancredi, Michael's girlfriend, so they have that in common. The revival featured another prison escape attempt, of course, as Michael and Sarah face new challenges and threats.
Michael, talk to me. Michael. Michael, what are you doing, damn it?
Number 4, John Winchester, Supernatural. Sam and Dean Winchester's father John died in the early stages of season 2 of Supernatural, and while the show featured multiple instances of individuals coming back from the dead, John's death felt very final.
Still no pulse.
Okay, that's it, everybody. I'll call it. Time of death, 10:41 a.m.
That is until he re-emerged 12 seasons later, after his sons accidentally brought him back into the present timeline thanks to a magic pearl.
It's 2003. It's 2019. No.
This was not a 12 years older version of John, but rather John from 3 years before his death. Mary Winchester, Sam and Dean's mother, also deserves a mention, as she was resurrected at the end of season 11, after being dead for basically the entire series.
Mary.
John's hiatus was slightly longer though. Even so, the whole family gets a well-deserved reunion. Number 3, Dan, Darlene and Becky Connor, Roseanne and the Connors.
It's gotta be wrong.
Well, I wish it was, but they think that she must have taken the pills right before bed, and with her health issues, it was enough to stop her breathing.
The return of Roseanne in 2018 was mired in controversy. The last season ended in the late 90s, so one might think the revival would last longer than just a few months. However, the series was abruptly cancelled due to controversy surrounding offensive social media posts by lead actress Roseanne Barr. Instead, a spin-off was created which focused on the rest of the Connor family, namely Darlene, Becky, and Dan Connor.
This is domestic. My loss is deeper than that. I think it goes all the way to Germany.
Dan's death in the original run of Roseanne had been retconned, and he begins pursuing a new relationship after the death of his wife. Meanwhile, Darlene and Becky contend with their own relationship and personal issues.
Oh, I'll be fine. You know, and if you need anything tonight, you just call me, okay? Anytime.
Because I just want to make sure that you're okay.
Number 2, Dr. Sydney Herron, Grey's Anatomy.
Because my horoscope said it was going to be a very challenging day, and I was a little worried, but no. You guys... Yeah, you look like a good group. Which is great, because we're gonna have so much fun, huh?
For season 21 of the popular medical drama, it was time to page an old friend, Dr. Sydney Herron. Carly Rocha reprised her role as Sydney after a 17-year hiatus. Grey's Anatomy broke the record in 2019 for the United States' longest-running primetime medical drama, so it's not surprising that several of the many characters had a long absence in between appearances.
That's the compassion I was looking for. Apology accepted. Okay, you wanna hug it out?
Another example is Addison Montgomery, who departed in 2013 before ultimately returning to the show 9 years later.
What does that mean?
It means you'll be coming with me. Nice to meet everyone. I'm Dr. Addison Montgomery.
Of course, 17 years beats 9, which is why Sydney earns her spot, bringing her perky attitude back to the show and to our list. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Dan Fielding, Night Court, returned for the reboot over 30 years after the original show ended.
My name is Abby Stone, used to work with my dad.
You're Harry's daughter.
Come in.
Jesse Spano, Saved by the Bell, returned for a series reboot after a nearly 28-year hiatus.
It's me. I know it's me. Or you.
No, you!
Okay.
Sean Hunter, Boy Meets World, and Girl Meets World, appeared in a spin-off series about 14 years after the original show.
Gee, Cor, thought you'd be more excited to see me.
Kitty and Red Foreman, That 70s Show and That 90s Show, came back for a sequel series 17 years later.
You smell good.
Oh, it is the Hellmans. Was that a car door? That was a car door. I got it.
Stephanie Tanner, Full House and Fuller House, reappeared in a sequel series as an adult after starring in the original series as a kid.
I just want to make a flashy entrance.
Steph, that accent's really cute. Would you please stop doing it?
What accent? Oh, Dadums, don't be daft.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Agent Cooper, Twin Peaks. If you're someone who watched Twin Peaks when it aired in the early 90s, it would be understandable if you needed a refresher by the time of Twin Peaks: The Return. That's because it came out in 2017, which is over 25 years after the show was cancelled. It seemed like the well-acclaimed series, and its lead character, Special Agent Dale Cooper, had more to give after its season 2 finale. And they did, although only for a season.
I understand.
Cooper and the show came back for more investigations into the bizarre residents of the titular town and even more damn fine cups of coffee.
Beulah, put something better at your front door.
Let us know in the comments what TV series you hope returns.
How great is this? My favorite person in the world. And my wife.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.